Spiral up, spiral up with energy. Energy is where I wanna be. Spiral up with Avery.
And on Spiral Up, we have our next guest. This is an amazing, very competent woman, and she has 2 businesses in downtown Hollister. Her name is Sheila Stevens. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. And I know that you care about people. I can see the way you are with your employees in your 2 businesses, and they all think so highly of you. And I am just amazed at how you could take all odds against you and say, I'm going to do it, no matter what anybody says. Can you just share a little bit right now about when you started your first business in downtown Hollister, the She's Boutique? And tell us about the odds that were against you doing that and what people were saying to you when you had this idea.
Well, actually, I had a business down south, but when I came up north, I decided I would never work again, and that was a joke. And so things happened, and I decided to take on this little building and do a small boutique. And what happened was, of course, that it grew. But right before I took it on, we had a huge fire, earthquake, and everything fell down around me. And I had one friend say to me, Sheila, you shouldn't be in this neighborhood. This is not a very good neighborhood. And I said, there is no neighborhood.
Right, there is no
It's
town.
all gone. There is no town.
The town was literally crumbled, wasn't it, from the earthquake?
Right.
That was a major
and a
earthquake.
Fire. We had 2 fires, actually.
We had an arsonist, I
yes.
heard.
Yeah. So actually, Little She's, we called it, grew. And then we moved down the street, and we kept growing. And then, of course, with what happened in regards to the country, things started going down. And I started looking at this restaurant that was closed up, and it's not far from my shop. And I started looking at that and thinking, I could own a restaurant. I could do this. So I talked to
Now,
my-
wait a minute. Do you know anything about the restaurant business?
No.
That's what I love.
No.
You don't know a thing about the restaurant
No,
business.
not really,
But
except I
you
like
said,
to go to restaurants.
and I think you like collecting cookbooks, I think
Oh,
you
I
told me.
collect cookbooks.
So you're
yeah.
interested in food, and you
yeah.
love people.
And I love people.
I know that.
Yeah, I love
So,
people.
but you didn't know anything about the restaurant
No.
business, and you just said, I can do that.
That's right. I can do that. It took me several weeks to say I could do it, but finally it came to me. I could do it.
And weren't people telling you, you can't do this,
Oh,
don't do this? Even I think your husband was saying,
Oh, my husband said, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? We don't know anything about the restaurant business. And he had retired half-time. So we don't like to see men retire at all, much less half-time.
Right.
So we decided that, and I had talked him into it. And we went from restaurant to restaurant that were kind of like ours. And we tried to find out if what we liked about it and what we didn't like about them. And we designed our little restaurant around that. And
it's called?
It's called the Knife and Fork Cafe.
And it's always busy when I go in
It's
there.
busy.
And you have the best wild salmon. I love
We
that
do.
salmon salad. That marinating sauce that you put on that.
yes.
Ooh, I would love to know what that is.
I know there's a lot of people that would love to know what that is.
Ooh, it's so
Yeah,
delectable.
It is very nice. It's very nice.
And everybody's so friendly, and the restaurant's very cheery, very bright and cheery.
I think most of the thing that's popular about that restaurant is the food. And by the way, my grandmother's recipes, there's 3 or 4 of them that are my grandmother's recipes.
Oh, that's nice.
And the other thing is that we put a little touches such as napkins, and I was afraid that maybe the men wouldn't like the cloth napkins. They love it. They love it.
So it was kind of touch and go. You weren't sure about the napkins, but they
yeah,
worked out. But what I'm feeling from you is that you are a very hands-on person and very confident, and you have a belief system that seems ingrained in you that I can do it. I heard you say, well, I don't know anything about the restaurant business, but I know I can do it. Well, how can you just know that you can do it? What makes you be so confident about what you can do in life?
You know, because I think I was raised, before positive thinking was even on the board, I was raised by 3 women. 2 of them were probably in their 60s when I was born, and they were strong positive believers.
Oh,
And they read and gave me every book that they ever owned. And so I just always believed in it.
what a gift to you.
Yes.
And now you're a gift to the world with your positive attitude. I'm sure you've helped many of your friends through difficult situations and in their lives in many ways with your attitude.
I've certainly tried.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
because, you know, everybody has times when they feel down and not positive,
Right.
and whether it be health or business or whatever.
Men, relationships.
Relationships. I mean, we've all had those. So,
Well, you've had some men in your life,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And it's not always smooth sailing, is it?
No,
It's a challenge.
you just have to be positive about everything. And once you get that ingrained in you, there's no stopping you, really. You can do anything.
Do you feel that you're connecting with the universe in a certain way energetically here? Or do you feel it's just you? Or do you feel you're going beyond you with a higher power? Or
I feel that there is a higher power, and that I talk to him every morning.
marvelous.
And I do believe that we all should. I mean, we've got to believe in not just ourselves, but we've got to believe in everybody else as well.
Oh, the web of life.
The web of life.
Yes. I asked you once if you were part Indian, and you said you were. What tribe did?
Cherokee and Sioux.
Marvelous.
Yeah, Cherokee and Sioux, and a little German
Ooh.
somewhere along there.
Do you think that your Indian blood has something to do with your feeling this interconnectedness with all of life and people?
You know, it's interesting you should ask that, but I'm really not sure about that.
Okay.
I just know that I do have a connection with people, and I love people.
Yes.
And if I can't laugh about it, I'm not interested in doing it. It's as simple
So
as
your
that.
joy is your strength that gets you through
Yes,
the difficult times.
I love to enjoy people, and I hope people enjoy.
Well, you
loving
know,
me.
I just know how busy you are. And here I'm this newcomer on the block, and I come in here to Hollister, I don't know a soul. And I come into She's, and your girls are marvelous. They just
They are.
welcomed me, made me feel so comfortable, and they're very real people. Everyone I've met in Hollister has been so real.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I just
it is a
love
nice
the
little
spirit
town.
here, and the earthiness, and the sense of community here. You know, I know how busy you are with 2 businesses, and you sat down in a chair and you said, "Here, come on, sit down." And I was like, "Really?" And you just kind of crossed your legs and sat back real relaxed and wanted to talk with me. And I thought, wow, isn't that special? Isn't that nice that she could take a couple of minutes, and I think it turned into about maybe 10 or 15 we started talking.
About a half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour, you know, out of your schedule. And
Well.
I just thought, wow, you are a lady that cares about people, and you like to connect with people.
I'm
and
very fortunate to have people that work for me that do love the business, and not
Yeah.
just She's, but the knife and fork as well. I've been lucky that way.
I think you draw the good people to you. I think you draw this into your business by the way you think. What do you think about that idea? That's what I feel.
Well, I was going to try to hire you.
Well, if you know, I may need to come knocking on your door. You know,
don't think
I'm
so.
rebuilding my house and everything.
I
It's
don't
costing
think
me,
so.
so I may have to. But you know, positive thinking is really at the center of your life, and I see it in you, in your way that you deal with people and your businesses and your spirituality. It's all rooted, your foundation is positive.
Has to be, and it always has been, even as a child.
Even in challenging times.
Yeah. That's the most. You need to read the books then.
What books?
Yeah.
What books?
I have all of the positive thinking books, and they all came from my great aunt and my grandmother and my mother. And sadly, my mother died at a very young age, but she was positive through the whole situation in regards to her death. She was very positive about that she would be all right.
Well, Sheila, I really admire you, and I want to ask you if you could just say something to the audience to inspire people out there to just believe and hang on to their faith in times of adversity. And we have a challenging economy right now and somewhat of a tumultuous world. What would you say to the people out there so that they don't get too negative and spiral down in life and get too down on what's going on?
You know, I think the most important thing that you can do for yourself is enjoy this world just as it is. I mean, even though we have a recession, and there's no other way to put it, our world is beautiful. Our country is beautiful. Enjoy that. Enjoy the people around you. And if you need to read positive books, sit down there. They're relatively simple, but it's just ingraining that into your life that helps. But we do just looking out your window here. It's gorgeous.
It is.
Yeah.
We have a lot to be grateful for.
We have a lot to be grateful for, and not to forget it.
And they say some of the best things in life are free.
That's true.
The beauty in the world is
true.
free for us to see
Yeah.
and enjoy.
And enjoy.
And we just have to have eyes to see it.
We have to have eyes to see it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
to see your friends. Don't, no, I'm busy. But fortunately, my friends come in the restaurant. They come into the dress shop. They'll look for me,
Yeah.
call me. I'll do the same when I have the moment, I will stop
Right.
and call.
Right.
It's important.
So you keep that people contact. You keep,
Always. Always. Even
important.
my old friends, even in high school friends, we still keep contact.
Oh, you are a very rich woman.
I
in
think
the ways,
so.
oh yes, that
I think so.
really mean, vitality in life and sense of community and connectedness with humanity, and your businesses are contributing to the community and to the lives in a positive way. And I'm happy to know you, and
I'm happy to know
feel
you
very,
too.
very honored that you would come and be a part of this vision.
I feel fortunate to be
and
that.
sharing your busy schedule, your busy time with us. Thank you, dear.
Oh, thank you very much.
Peace
Thanks
and
for
blessings.
inviting me. And the same.